What's happening in the market? It's moving sideways. Yeah, it's showing some signs of crashing, like the recent Bitcoin drop. More or less like a calm before the storm. So is there a crash coming? Hey crypto lovers, this is Crypto Billionaire, your friendly neighborhood crypto and financial education channel. No author at Crypto Billionaire YouTube channel takes guarantee of losses incurred while investing, as we do not provide financial advice, and crypto markets are high-risk markets. The sole purpose of the information posted on the YouTube channel is for education only. With that being said, let's further discuss the different possibilities of the market. What the hell is going on with the crypto market? It's what we all want to know these days. No one seems to have a clear answer. The bears think that the decline is coming. The bulls think the best is yet to come. Let's check some statistics and factual indicators to find out where we are. Positioning the cryptocurrency market and what might happen next. Wyckoff is a man who noticed more than 100 years ago that institutions and big investors were manipulating the market after observing their impact on the market. Wyckoff pointed out that they would create the same thing. The four price models are designed over and over again to attract and destabilize retail investors, leaving them less than they entered. According to experts, if we assume that the Wyckoff model is still in the establishment stage, then there are still 3 to 4 weeks before the cryptocurrency market really starts to recover, and we may or may not see another large scale before then. We say hypothesis because we may actually be in a different Wyckoff pattern or not in any Wyckoff pattern. The alternate Wyckoff mode discussed is redistribution. It looks like it accumulated in the first half, but it led to another downturn in the second half of a large-scale integration. As you can see, the Wyckoff distribution model looks very similar to the current Bitcoin price trend, and even more similar than the accumulation model before it appears now. Even if you're considering the fact that institutions may have been aware of, most cryptocurrency investors are aware of the Wyckoff model. We can see that institutions violated the Wyckoff model in the same way that they violated the technical analysis model that ordinarily traders are viewing and using. In other words, we could see confirmation of a Wyckoff redistribution taking place only to see the price suddenly snap to the upside. So I think it's not reliable to view the cryptocurrency market even if you use Wyckoff. So now is good and convenient is encrypted margin price. There are two ways that the price can go up or down from here. If the technical analysis is full of doubts, we need to leave in case the memo is lost. The cryptocurrency market is part of the broader financial market. Participation in crypto by institutions has always been the case since Bitcoin futures began trading on CME at the end of 2017. And some people think it's when manipulation of the cryptocurrency market has also begun. This explains why the cryptocurrency market and the stock market is getting more and more related. Cryptocurrencies are in the deep end of the risk pool as far as investments go. As you move to the shallow end of the risk pool, you'll encounter growth stocks, value stocks, and finally, governments. Bonds, which are the lowest risk investments and consequently offer the lowest returns. When confidence in the market is high, investors are more likely to take risks in exchange for higher rewards. When confidence is in the market that's low, they move their money to risk-off assets in the shallow end of the pool, so they won't get wrecked by the waves right now. Almost every stock is hitting all-time highs, even growth stocks that have similar risk profiles to Bitcoin. This begs the question, why is the cryptocurrency market flat? While everything else rallies well there are two possibilities here. The first possibility is that we are on the brink of a massive crash across the board, and this would prompt most investors to sell their riskiest assets first, and that list includes cryptocurrencies. The cause of the potential crash will likely be the same thing last time, and that's the pandemic, as CNBC's Jim Cramer points out. Investors are starting to get nervous about the possibility of more lockdowns in the fall due to the spread of the new variants around the world. This is reflected in government bond yields, which have been decreasing as investors pile into bonds for safety. The second possibility is that investors are hesitant to buy cryptocurrencies for other reasons besides risk. After all, they would be buying similar risky stocks and assets if risks were the main concern. So what do you think? What's the case here? Let us know later in the comments below. The Ethereum Improvement Proposal, or the EIP 3675, which was finally launched on GitHub. The EIP 3675 contains the ETH 2.0 certification of the betting combination that reaches the network. This does not mean that the transition to the accessory test is not occupied, but provides a step on the transition to work test. Now, some of you might be worried about the recent dip in Bitcoin. The market seems to be flat. Then what is it that it signifies and how it affects you. The price of Bitcoin dipped back below $30,000 on Tuesday to $29,306, nearly 1 month after it dropped to $29,031 on June 22nd. The first time it had gone that low since January. For those who invest in crypto for the long term, using a buy and hold strategy, swings like this are to be expected. The recent dips are nothing to be overly worried about. Some experts like Noble have commented on this dip. Many investors see Bitcoin's price swings as part of the game, but volatility is tough for individual investors to deal with, Noble says. Like Yang, he warns against selling too fast. While the drop is reminiscent of 2017's sell-off, Bitcoin's presence has grown a lot since then. New short-term investors are selling their holdings in reaction to the drop, and that may be influencing the continued dip in Bitcoin's value. According to a recent report from Glassnode's Insights, a blockchain analysis firm, while fluctuations are expected, Noble says that this swing is a bit out of the ordinary. I thought the market was maturing, and these things would be less frequent and severe. Boy, was I wrong, he said. This particular drop was caused by the combination of factors that may have made this drop more severe, Noble theorizes. From excitement about low-quality coins to negative remarks from Elon Musk to China's latest crackdown on crypto services, the accumulated response made this sell-off and all more violent, says Noble. He likens the drop of the stock market crash of 1987, from which the markets took months to recover. But because crypto moves a lot faster today than equities did in the 1980s, Noble says that we'll see a quicker recovery. Don't panic and puke, Noble says. If you keep your position small, you can try to tolerate the volatility. Volatility is as old as the hills, and it's not going anywhere, Noble says. It's something you have to deal with. As long as you have cryptocurrency investment and it does not hinder your other financial goals, and you only invest in what you ultimately agree to lose, Yang recommends using the same strategy that applies to all long-term investments. Invest it and forget it. If this extreme decline bothers you, then your cryptocurrency investment may have too many stakes. You should only invest in what you're not afraid of losing. But even if the crash does make you reconsider your cryptocurrency allocation, the same advice still applies. Don't act rashly or change your strategy too quickly. Rethink what you might like more in the future, such as reducing the distribution of cryptocurrencies in the future or diversifying through crypto stocks and blockchain funds, instead of buying cryptocurrencies directly. Although when the crypto market is volatile, you should expect volatility. So what are your thoughts on it? Where do you think the market will lead from here? The crash is inevitable. That's what everyone thinks. Will there be a crash or a pump before the crash will happen? Let us know in the comments below. Do like if you liked our content. And I don't know what you're gonna do with that red color button below. Crash it or either with your thumb. You know, click it. I don't care. But it must be changed from red to gray. I don't like that red color. Peace out.